Hi, this is Mark with your weekly forex analysis update. I told you last week we were looking at the British pound again. We've been looking at this now for a few weeks, and I mentioned that the Bollinger Bands had been holding this price up for some time, because when the Bollinger Bands come up in this direction at a steep angle, it is very unlikely that price will break. And I explained that in my opinion this had been holding this price up for the last few weeks. Well, now thankfully on market open last Monday, this Bollinger Band started to open, and what's happening now is crucial. If on the market open tomorrow that this Bollinger Band opens steeply down, as it already has on Alpari, this is forex meta, then that would be an indication that this price could well be due a plummet, because we have the 5 forcing the price down. Last week as well I told you that I was looking for the 160-100 area for a pullback on the daily chart, and the reason was, as I explained, was that this was the 200 EMA on the daily. Well, on Thursday price came up and went to 61.20 and then promptly fell away 250 pips. So that was from analysis I told you last Sunday, that if price was to come up here, I would be looking for lots of reasons to short. And on the shorter time frames, we did have reasons where price was coming up and touching EMAs here, and then again we had Thursday, Friday, the 200. So hopefully some of you managed to catch those. Now, on to this week. The pound, as I say, the situation with the pound at the moment, the Bollinger Bands have opened, and there is an LMT signal on this pair for tomorrow. The problem I have with this at the moment is, if you look on here, we will have an LMT sell signal. The problem is, at the moment, the recent low is only 60-70 pips below. It is too near recent support and resistance for me. So the way I will trade this, I will be looking for a pullback on this daily candle, and the way I do that, I'll go back to here, I will fib this candle from the bottom to the top. Let's change the color, and what I'm looking for now, spread this out a little, I will be looking for price to pull back to anywhere around this 50% area, which just happens to be the 159.50 area, which again is a mini psychological level. So anywhere around here, because we also have on this daily chart, we have the 5-8 cross down. Stochastics are looking down a little as well, but all of these EMAs have rolled over, and everything does strongly suggest it's going to go. But as we saw in recent weeks, there were lots of cases on the daily charts where price would first pull up and then set off back down. And again on the daily, the Bollinger Bands have opened. The big problem is tomorrow is a public holiday in America, Canada and Japan. So the markets tomorrow may be even more volatile than normal. So what you may get huge volatility tomorrow. It may rocket down here, and then price will pull back. The best solution for us would be if price was to pull back up here tomorrow, then the big boys come back Tuesday, and off we go back down again. So keep your eye on that one. Right, with the euro, I explained that on the weekly, a couple of weeks ago, the Bollinger Bands slammed shut and stopped the price. And as you notice here, price did spike through, but then closed and the Bollinger Band closed. The week before, Bollinger Band failed to open, price fell back down. Now, the Bollinger Band on the weekly has opened, and as you can see here, we are in a clear uptrend. And just with the pound, as with the pound that I will not go short at the moment, my problem here, there is only 100 pip potential move up to this 4800 line. So again, what I would be looking for is two alternatives. One would have been simply to short on Friday, Thursday night, when it got to 4800, look for clues, only go half stake because it's against the trend, and have shorted there. At the moment, for me, this is not really anything I'm interested in. What I will look for this week is for price to pull back down here towards the 200 EMA. If If price was to come back down to here and start to look as though it may go back up again, that would be my reason and area for entry. Now the Swissy, I told you last week that this was a bottom support line and that price could well come down and bounce off it, and it has done so twice. So it is a support area from before, and then we've had quadruple bottom again and back up to here. Now one thing on the Swissy that you will notice down here, this is the MACD line, and MACD, I only use MACD for divergence, and what divergence means is the low point of price here and here should be equally represented up here, so the low should be here and here. And what in actual fact is happening here, price was coming down at a time that MACD is going up, so it does suggest that price may well rebound here. Again, we're in a downtrend. Again, price could come up to the 200 area, which is also the psychological of 1.040, and then bounce back down again. And again, if you were to be a conservative trader, you would be looking simply to play with the trend and to look for reasons for pullbacks in areas to go back down again. Similarly, with the dollar-yen last week, I pointed out to you that the 8800 area had been a huge psychological area going back a long time. And lo and behold, price came down on Wednesday, hit it almost to the pip, and bounced away 200 pips almost. There was also a triangle breakout on the dollar-yen, which I have explained in previous videos, but too complicated to go into now. Other than that this week, I am a little wary because the New Zealand dollar, for example, is at a recent high and has pulled back a little. We do have indications. Again, this is an uptrend on both the daily and the 4 hour. What I am looking for here, I want price to come back down to this area. 50% possibly first, 72.60 area, or at best would be 72.20 area. And what I would be looking for would be price to come down to this area with a view then to long back up. At the moment, to long from here, to me, the potential gain is not big enough. So again, we're looking for pullbacks, looking for reasons for price to come back to an area where we set the trap and let price comes to us. We do not go chasing after price. Now there's lots of pairs this week. At the moment I am not interested in. I am leaving the Euro CAD, Aussie dollar, CAD, Euro pound, Aussie dollar yen and Euro pound alone. And all for the same reason. They are all in the face of major resistance, or they have broken out and just kept going. And again, if the price just keeps going, then who knows where price is going to stop or give us a potential entry. So for those pairs, so far for this week, I would strongly recommend you leave them alone. Concentrate on the pound, look for the pullback, the euro, possible pullback. Everything really is a pullback that we need to give us a safe, secure entry. I did last week have a great 300 pip gain off the CAD, and I had told you that on the CAD that because we were range bound, what I needed was for price to break through here or here before I would take the trade. Well, finally price broke through the lower trend line, came back up and touched, and away we went. And I was actually in this trade twice last week for a total overall gain. This was the second one, and I think this was 180 pips on this one. So there are trades out there. You need to be careful, patient and disciplined and let price come to you. Set the trap and wait for it to come. Have a good week. Catch you later.